Okay, so yeah, uh, let's begin with what you call a fat. So, did you prepare anything for your
Yes, sir.
assignment?
I'm
Okay,
a yeah. I'm audible to you, sir.
yeah, you are unable.
Can we start from the next? I'll be the second or third one,
Okay,
if you
no,
don't
no
mind.
worries, no worries, no worries. If you don't want to start, then it's okay, no worries. Let's begin with Hamil then. So, yeah,
So I have got two ideas.
great, okay.
So my first idea is you said to work on apps, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm,
So first one is in this running world, like we don't have proper time, like we are running here and there, uh,
mm-hmm,
like achieving something. So we are so busy.
mm-hmm,
So it's like a app, it's tend to notify our special one's birthday and gifting. Like especially the main motto is to gift something for our loved ones. So,
okay.
so this is one of my idea. I don't know,
It's
like
No, no, it's good. It's great. It's great. Starting from somewhere is like good, and the way you are thinking, it's quite good. It's good.
so the specialization of the app is personalization. Just we
Mm-hmm.
have I thought of we tend to forget a special one's birthday. Maybe because of a busy schedule or something, like we may forget.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a reminder app that like normal Google Calendar, like we
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the notification comes in, right? Someone's birthday is coming up, upcoming in 3 days, 2 days. So like that, we have notification and a proper gifting. Like uh, we don't get sudden ideas or we may get confused at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought of this.
Yeah, it's great. It's great idea that you start from. Like it's quite good. And as a in a simple terms, I would like to say like it's quite specific that you are trying to achieve some small tasks, and it's quite huge also. See, while thinking about the kind of problem and trying to solve this problem, is like you get the problem that we tend to forget, and because of some kind of busy schedule we are forgetting the loved one, that might be the birthday, or maybe the anniversary day or any kind of occasion that we usually forget, and because of your like product, and obviously it will remind at the end, like before 1 2 hours or before one day, so it can remind us, like it's quite good. Yeah, it's great. So, and next, so this one, and what about? I think you said two, right?
Yeah, one more app is booking app, like appointment booking app.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a basic idea. I don't build it that much,
Mm-hmm.
but just we can't wait for a long time to check with the doctor. Just
Mm-hmm.
appointment booking, like it may be a doctor or physician, someone like that. So we can book not only doctors but others, others too, especially healthcare app.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my second idea.
Okay, it's also a great, but what you have to think, like while creating some kind of product, is you have to be a very specific regarding the choosing your targeted audience. Yeah. So we can go with that, like we are focusing for the doctor, because the doctor's timing and other timing will be vary. It depends on their service and the what do you call offering on a time. Because of that, and there might be a different kind of variable. For example, if we are booking appointment for the doctor, then there might be a different kind of variable. So why we are
Okay.
booking for the doctor? Because we are feeling unhealthy, or we wanted to book appointment or book time for other our members might have unwell. But at the same times, For example, if we are looking for a particular person who is maybe a manager or maybe a bank staff or any kind of persons that he or she is on a service sector, and we try to book or book appointment with him or her, then what we have to think, and there might be a different variable. So
Okay.
same situation won't apply with two different like service sector. That is why it is good to have a specific solution, and we can go with the appointment like booking appointment for a doctor or maybe service sector other likewise,
Okay.
but try to be specific. And it's already a good idea that you have already come up with some kind of good idea. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Well, we had here Faith also joined and Kingsley also joined. So, Arfat, I think your turn. You are now second. So, would you
Yes,
like to
sir.
share? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's start with
So
that.
I have decided like where I am staying in Dubai, like right now, there is
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the parking, the finding is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So like some kind of parking space finder app like that.
Okay, it's good. Good. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
also good. Yeah,
because
that's good.
it may save time. It may save time in Dubai. Like in living in Dubai is a like precious time for like every second, every minute will count.
Yeah, true.
So
Absolutely true.
if yeah, if we got a parking app where there is like a pay and park like that, it is very useful for the people who is like parking their car.
Okay, good.
And a kind of app which if we want to donate something from our
Mm-hmm.
side,
Mm-hmm.
like our clothes, our money, like charity, any kind of charity, that will be helpful for the need ones.
Ah, yeah, that's also good. Yeah.
Yeah, if we open that app, the thing is we have to collect from them, and we should be registered, certified, and they have to trust us. Like that type of app we have to build and make our
Oh,
app that much famous.
okay, great. So yeah, and do you have any other or this much?
Yeah, sir, and even the voice translation, sir, it is quite difficult in living in Dubai. Like every kind of people we used to get here in Dubai.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Sometimes we don't know how to communicate with them. So
Yeah,
in the
true.
sense we have to communicate through our actions.
Mm-hmm.
Even in English, like there's some people don't understand English.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Even where we are like we don't have any kind of internet connections. If we have the app, it's all downloaded, like
Mm-hmm.
something we have like that, we can ask somebody in their language like that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely. And once I also faced such kind of situation. I was in a mall
Yeah,
of Emirates, and
yeah,
I was having ice cream, and there was some, I think, Chinese guy was there, and
yeah,
he don't know how
yeah,
to he don't know where to find the ice cream, and there was no any like
yeah,
picture or any kind of advertisement. And at the same time, so he
yeah,
used one application, and he speaks in his own language, and the application translate, and I told
yeah,
them that then you can go there or this
yeah.
side, so to find the ice cream. So yeah, it is quite useful. Okay, great. So is there anything? Or
No, sir.
it's okay, great. So yeah, you come up with a
Mm.
good idea. Next, let's ask with the Faith. So hi Faith, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Chaitan. Good evening from here. I'm good.
Okay, good evening, good evening. So yeah, we are talking about the yesterday's assignment that I told you to come up with a basic few ideas related with the kind of digital product. So have you like collected any ideas regarding that?
I didn't get that. Sorry.
No, yesterday we talked about that you have to come up with a basic idea related with your digital product, right?
Okay. I think I missed that because I at a point my network went off. I didn't that the last part of the class.
Uh, yeah,
Apologies.
yeah, yeah,
Could
no,
you
no.
could you repeat the assignment? I will do it.
Oh, sure. So it's just a simple basic idea that what kind of application, anything, a mobile application or web-based application or marketplace, anything, what kind of problem you are seeing in your locality and how you wanted to solve that kind of
Okay.
problem via the digital product, any kind of mobile application or anything. So I just wanted a simple basic idea. Likewise, if you heard the Tamil, then she shared two different idea. One is a booking like appointment app, and another one is
Okay. Okay.
I'm so sorry, I forgot another. What was the another one, Tamil? Could you please just repeat?
uh,
Oh
a
yeah, I
gifting
remember.
app.
I remember. Yeah, remembering like reminding the date of loved ones. These are the two ideas that Thamil shared. And Arfad also shared three different ideas like parking spots finding and translation, language translation or voice simulator, we can say. And there is another one is like a charitable kind of app. So he said. So likewise, you can come up with any ideas, any kind of short idea. It not to be like very specific. Although all of other two of them are did very great job. It's exactly what it should be, and they have done perfectly.
Okay. So I think one thing I would like to work on is, I mean, two things.
Hmm.
Agri-tech. Yeah,
Eh,
agri-tech. People talk about getting here right here in Nigeria. People talk about how
mhm,
to get pesticides at a cheaper rate,
mhm,
and yeah, that's one thing I would like to work on to see how to get what you call it. Their what's it called? Their products
mhm.
at a cheaper rate. That's
Okay.
one. Then secondly, I would like to look at here in Nigeria we use gas a lot, right?
Mhm.
So we're thinking of how to make it possible that users can order on the app, and the app
Mhm.
gas is brought to their house, without them moving any inch. They just stay at their home, make order, the gas is transported to their house.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So these are two things I'm working
Yeah,
on.
obviously. Yeah, it's
Then
absolutely
another
correct.
one.
And based on the things, these two are related with the marketplace. Obviously, it will help you to like solve the kind of problems. Like a user doesn't need to move anywhere from the home. They can order the product from home and they can get agri product. And another one is the gas product. Yeah, that's quite good.
Sir,
Okay.
I forgot to tell you, I have another idea. Actually,
Ah, yes, you please go ahead.
yeah, yeah, I face a problem in India while we
Mm-hmm.
were traveling
Mm-hmm.
from Bangalore to Pondicherry.
Mm-hmm.
We met our bike like a puncture.
Mm-hmm.
So there were like miles ago, there were no like puncture shops and all.
Mm-hmm.
So like we have to do marketing first. Like every puncture shop, we have to tie up with them
Mm-hmm.
and make sure like if they have to get a alarm like that, the same map location where we are currently in, they have to accept some same like
Yeah,
Zomato,
true.
Swiggy.
Yeah. It's a good idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
true. Mm-hmm.
yeah, sir. So like they have to accept our request and the whatever the charges like it should be like obviously extra because
Mm-hmm.
they are giving their time, they are coming to the point,
Mm-hmm.
they will charge whatever the like we should be like don't like no think about money, should not
Mm-hmm.
bother about money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Only thing is we have to reach the destination safely. If we had any kind of like met with punchers or like meant service some kind of
Mm-hmm.
in the like middle of the highway or some kind,
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
it's
It's a
like
great idea. Yeah.
it's it's like SOS, like
Mm-hmm.
wherever the nearby shop is there, like 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers,
And
like
obviously they will get alarmed and they can accept it.
alarm,
Yeah.
accept it, and they'll come to the point and make sure they will do it.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's a good
we
idea. Yeah.
face this problem, sir. Like if it's day means we can somehow manage. If it's
Mm-hmm.
night means it is
It's
very
a
difficult. It's
yeah, it's
very
a huge
difficult.
problem. It's a huge problem. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
we can't
Absolutely
trust
true.
anyone. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So this is like
Absolutely.
SOS, SOS.
Yeah,
emergency.
absolutely true. Yeah, it might be the feasible, and if we able to like design a kind of complete prototype, then we
Yeah,
can what do you call submit to a crowdfunding and the angel investor.
yeah,
And if they like
yeah.
the our ideas, then obviously we can go for it and we can launch the product.
They will definitely like, sir, because
Hmm.
in 100 people while traveling, like 10 to 15% people will face the same issue.
Yeah, true.
They don't
Obviously.
know anything. It is unpredictable.
True.
So we can't decide. It is uneven, unplanned. Suddenly it will happen means we should if we send a message or some kind of raise the conversation in
Mm-hmm.
this app, they
Mm-hmm.
will accept it and come and resolve the issue.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it will
True.
be our safe destination.
Okay, yeah, that's great. So yeah, regarding same, what do you call it, ideas, I would like to hear from Thamil. So what do you think? Is it feasible? Like, do you think viable or not? So this the idea that Arfat said. What do you think, Thamil?
Yeah, actually, it's a great idea because during emergency times, we actually need help.
Mm-hmm.
So actually,
True.
this is great idea, but
Mm-hmm.
we have to make it work. That's how we should design because connecting every mechanic shop or someone like that may be little bit difficult, but
Mm-hmm.
it may work great if we process this idea. Actually, I
Yeah,
feel
true.
this is
Sir,
great.
every businessman thinks about he wants to earn money. So
Mm-hmm.
if he, in order to want to earn money, he will definitely accept the app, accept the ecosystem, accept environment, and he
Mm-hmm.
will come and gain his profit.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah,
i-
that's
if
great.
he get 30 orders in a month, like per order, if you used to keep around 1,000, he will earn 30,000.
Yeah, true.
It is not
Absolutely.
a
Yeah.
small amount.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
gradually the people get to know about the app. Everybody will install that.
Yeah. Okay.
It
So
is
let,
like
Yeah.
let me ask
yeah,
with Faith also, and then I will move to the Kingsley. Okay, Kingsley need to share his idea, but before that, I would like to know the like views from the our Faith. So yeah, what do you think? Is it feasible, viable in real scenario? What do you think?
Yeah, good evening from here. Uh, I think it's a very great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there was this my friend not quite long ago. He was traveling and he encountered a car breakdown, at a very remote area, and it was so difficult for him. And he actually wished there is something like this. There is an app where you can just, go and it will give you probably a mechanic or vulcanizer around,
Mm-hmm.
or towing van that you can just, order or contact from there, and they will come and help you. So I think it's a very great idea. It will solve a lot. So many people will want to go for it. Yeah, it's
Okay,
actually
great.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So likewise, okay. Now I think you have to share your idea. If you have collected any idea, obviously you can share.
Yeah, it actually relates to real estate.
Mm-hmm.
There are some places here in Nigeria, my country, where
Mm-hmm.
you discover that there are some lands you want to buy, and it happens to be that it's already be sold to someone else, and it will still be sold to you, and there is this conflict
Mm-hmm.
that resonate from it. Like in the Lagos part of it, there is this indigenous people. They can sell the land to more than
Mm-hmm.
three, four people at the same time. So you see that there is always conflict with land. So I was thinking on area where you can, there is if there can be an app, if you can create something, an app you can actually, okay, take for instance, you go to an area and you want to buy the land, you can easily check if this land has been sold before,
Ah, yeah,
right?
true, right. Yeah.
Or yeah, something like that,
Yeah,
where you
you are
can
focusing on real estate
verify.
and you can, what do you think, user can or landowner can list the product and user can check.
Yes,
Yeah, great. Real estate. Yeah,
exactly.
it's a great. Exactly. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, this is the idea. And do you have collected any other?
Yeah, others related to business owners. There are there are still there here in Nigeria. We still have issue of connectivity. There are some people who have the product, but they don't have access to, you know, we have to actually sell it for a good. If there is an app that can connect, if you go there, it's like a marketplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wherever
Mm-hmm.
your location doesn't matter, where to
Mm-hmm.
connect, you can easily search for whatever it is you want to, and it will just give you a direct contact and
Okay,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's not limited to any kind of products. You can just search for anything as long as it's being offered and it's listed on the app. You can get a direct and verified contact to deal with, be you buyer or seller.
Yeah, it's
Any
actually
kind
a
of
great
product.
idea. And Faith also mentioned regarding the marketplace where he's also mainly focusing on agri tech. But the way you are saying, it's quite actually a good idea, and we can implement in a real world, real scenario. Okay, just don't think only for this class. I think the way you are explaining in the way Faith also explained, I think what you can do is we can work on that particular a kind of application, and then we can go further. Obviously, if we find out it's quite visible, obviously, if you really want to work, then what you have to do is you have to a little bit work hard on a real scenario. Okay, and then if you think that it is viable and visible, then we can really make it happen in a real scenario, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually, it would be great if that can be actualized. Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, let me ask with the Faith. So what do you think about the Kingsley's idea and applying on a real scenario? Arfat, give me a second, okay? Let's wait for the Faith. So
Okay,
Faith,
okay, okay.
mhm, I think
You call me?
he. Yeah, I called you. Yeah, and did you
Yeah,
heard what Kingsley shared?
yeah. He's talking about real estate, and I think this is one thing that is a challenge in Nigeria. Lagos, in particular, Lagos is
Hmm.
the most.
Hmm.
I think it's the largest tech state in Africa.
Okay.
So lands they have what we call in Yoruba land is called omonile. So
Hmm.
their work is to just they can you can buy a land and they resell. So that could
Hmm.
be a challenge. So but if you have a way of validating each parcel of land, that would cut all those problems. But usually one challenge, of course, when we start this out, there'll be a challenge around landowners, real landowners, because people will still come up. That's that creating a lot of fights here and there because of
Hmm.
"Oh, this is my father's land, this is my father's land. You're not there when my forefathers sold it to me. So it's going to be a lot of you know ups and downs here and there. But let's see how we navigate that.
Okay,
As
good.
designers, we think of solutions. Yeah,
Hmm.
actionable. What do you call it? Steps we need to take. So if we have a
Hmm.
problem, we need to know action we need to take to get our solutions.
Yeah, and he shared the other idea also. Kingsley shared that we can what do you call it, sell a kind of product or trying to connect with the vendor so that they can sell their product. So, for example, I do have a product and but I don't have a good market. Then we can create a kind of marketplace in a digital world, and we can connect with the buyers and the suppliers. So, likewise, he said, okay. So he said around two different ideas about the one is real estate, okay, selling the land, and another one is related with the market.
E-commerce.
Yeah, e-commerce, yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's a good idea.
Hmm.
That's a good idea because a lot of people are sellers. One thing I usually want to look at is I've seen ShopRite, I've seen Jumia. I don't know if it's the same what do you call it method they're using because I think Jumia and ShopRite and all have this franchise. They
Hmm.
sell their spaces sort of, and then people come in and then they sell for them in a way. So I think it's not a bad idea. Probably we'll just look at that uh, as a competitive analysis and see how best to make it look like they own the space. That's the way I feel that would work. That would be a different, selling point. Just let
Hmm.
them feel like they own the space and they're selling off. Yeah, it will work.
Okay, yeah, great. So yeah, Arfat wanted to share. So what do you wanted to share, Arfat? You can share.
Yeah, sir. On the
Mm.
basis of the ratings, so we can trust them also.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's
some,
see currently what we have to think is we are just calculating the what do you call thoroughly idea, and obviously our rating and giving kind of reviews is our app's feature, and yeah, it's good and we can give it.
yeah, because we can't trust any anonymous, like any unknown, and they will make sure they will took us like you come here, there is like a shop, they
Hmm.
will stole and rob any everything, and they will run out. We can't do and we can't trust anybody.
Yeah, true.
So unless and until they will arrive at the point, we have to trust them only. We have to depend on them only.
Yeah, true.
Like
Absolutely
we,
true. Absolutely. Yeah.
because nowadays, like we can't trust like every like some people are there. Everybody is not only few percent, like 1%, 2% will do. So
Hmm.
everybody will like, get like, this kind of
Yeah, yeah, same kind of situation. It happens. Yeah, we cannot like assure all of them. Like sometimes it
yeah,
happens. Yeah, true. Review and the rating should be there. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Finally, let me conclude here.
If,
Whatever.
if I can add to the last statement
Sure, sure, sure.
about
Please,
the
please,
not
please.
trusting.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. In case of yeah, it happens. We should expect it. But I think it's something we can also solve by verifying whoever is listed. I mean, we can develop a mechanism how we make sure that whoever is listed on the site is actually doing what he or she said he's doing. I mean, that can work. I don't really see much of a problem. It's part of solving the problem. And once you are a verified vendor, I mean, you can be trusted.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Verification also should be there for everyone.
uh,
Yeah.
in case anything goes wrong, based on the method or mechanism we put in place in verifying them, we should be able to also locate them and whatever take the necessary action if
Okay.
they are defaulted.
Okay, yeah, absolutely true. The verification should be there, but it's still, let's see, let's take an example of like Amazon. So, for example, Amazon also asks for the verification, but still there are some kind of seller who sell a kind of low quality product. So, and based on the rating and reviews, user will know the product how well quality is it. So, likewise.
Exactly.
Still, yeah, we need to add the review rating and verification. These are the features that obviously we have to include, and it is a kind of mandatory.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I think let's move towards module two. We already discussed, and before moving towards the module, so I would like to conclude regarding our idea. So stick one particular idea, okay? So any one idea. So if we wanted to go with one particular idea and try to follow, all of us try to follow one particular idea, or you might follow your own idea. So we have to discuss and we have to finalize what we wanted to do. For example, individually we want to follow our own idea, or all of us we want to follow one particular idea. So first we have to decide that things, and then we can go further, okay? But what we have to do is at the end of this today's class, that thing we have to decide. Before that, I will tell you what are the user research, so based on that you can come up with the specific solution for the choosing the ideas, okay? So because today's class is a little bit important, because based on your idea, there are some other related things that we have to follow, like conducting user research, creating user persona, okay, and trying to identify the problem statements, user needs, what are the goals, pinpoint, and trying to find out the information architecture and creating sitemap. I think creating sitemap and architecture would be the next classes. But before that, there are some kind of research section. So based on that, we will move towards the idea, or sorry, a design format. Because of that, so just make your a kind of basic concept, and at the end of this class we will finalize which idea is going to follow, or individually or at a group. we will follow one particular idea. Okay, so we will decide later. And let me remind you of something. So our meeting is going to over exactly after 3 minutes. So and once it ends, and again I will request you to join. Okay. So well, let's begin with our what do you call today's class. So yeah. Okay. So I hope I don't know whether how many people you have heard this design thinking. It is actually a UX, a design thinking phase. Okay, we everything is depend on these five stages. First one is empathize, okay, define, ideate, and prototype and test. These are the things that we have to follow, and within this area or within this stage of process, that we will finalize our product from start to end, from research to launching our, or what you called making a kind of prototype. So these are the things. So generally empathize. I'm today I'm going to talk very fastly. Okay, I don't want to make a theoretical class higher. I just want to like make it very short in a theoretically based. So empathize is mainly focusing on a user need, doing some kind of user research. Okay, and doing creating some kind of user personas. These are the things that comes under the empathize. Yesterday's class, we whatever we discussed on yesterday's class based mainly, that was the empathize part. Okay, so now define is actually now today we define one particular idea. So what we want to do, for example, simply someone said we want to book an appointment for a doctor. Okay, and next one is reminder app for the dates, and next one is the booking for parking spot, and marketplace, agree marketplace for aggregate. Likewise, we create some kind of what you called ideas. Okay, these are comes under the defined stage. And then there is a ideate. Ideate means particularly trying to find out the solution, trying to find out the possible solution for our particular ideas, whatever we defined. Next is prototype, actually creating a wireframing and researching, doing scales and using tools is under comes under the prototype. And then lastly, after the prototype, we are moving towards the test. Okay, now I will wait for the end because we don't have much time. It's less than 1 minute, so that we can rejoin. Okay, I am just ending our what do you call meeting, and then rejoin again. Okay, immediately after this. Okay. So yeah,
So yeah,
let's
let's
begin. Okay.
begin. Uh,
What happened? Your
your
sound is
sound is
coming
coming.
back. Okay. And, okay. Am I audible, right?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So yeah, here is a little bit description about what is empathize, define, ideation, prototype, and test. I'm not going to describe each and everything. I will share the slide so you can read yourselves. Okay, I'm moving forward, and actually today's class is a little bit. It might be a lengthy and a few things. So let's begin with the creating a user persona. So simply first, let's take one example of that. You come up with a specific idea. So, all of you come up with ideas. So, I will take one example, and that might be the. Let's take an example from Tamil's idea. Let's take example of reminding a what do you call date for the loved ones. Okay, so this idea will take, and based on that we will try to find out the user persona. So first job is we have to find out our user, so who are going to use our application. For example, let's take an example of the reminding or a reminder app that will remind your date before 1 hour, before half an hour, or maybe before 1 day priority for the upcoming dates. That can be the anniversary or that can be the birthday. So for the user persona, there are five things that you should include. User persona means identifying your actual user who is going to use your app. So first there should be a demographic information. Next is quote. Quote means what the person said. I will show you a kind of template. There is a template. So based on that template, you have to prepare. And then there is a goals and frustration. What actually he or she trying to achieve, and what kind of frustration that particular persons are facing, and brief story and the scenario, and a person's image. So these are the things that we have to include while trying to identify the user personas. Okay, these are the very basic things. So let's move to the our framework. So you can ask in between, okay, if you faced any kind of problem or if you get any confusion, okay. So yeah, while identifying the users persona, this is the templates that you have to prepare for your portfolio also from the beginning that you have to think. So see, simply, for example, here there is a different user persona. So there is a goals, frustration, age, demographic details is age. Okay, there is a first name Anika. Next, there is age, education, hometown, family, and occupation. Occupation. These are the things you must include on under the what do you call your user persona profile. This is a kind of persona profile. So you have to include. So see, quote is I am on my way to the top and searching for the tools that can help me get there. A kind of for example, let's take an example for the our reminder app. What we can see, I am on my way, or I am quite busy on my schedule and I don't want to miss my specific or a special day for my loved ones. Likewise, we can place a kind of a small quote. Good. And then there is a goals. Increase responsibility in the office where they work. Complete less challenging tasks like filing office coffee orders with maximum efficiency. So here the user persona is created for the coffee house, like ordering a coffee from coffee house. So based on that, the goals was defined. So she wanted to like increase responsibility in the office where they work. So likewise, there is a complete less challenging. She wanted to like find out a product that can help to order a coffee in an easy way. So it's her goal. Likewise, to demonstrate care attention to details in every task, big and small. So, if you are not like thinking about the coffee, because you have an app that can helps the order your coffee within a fraction of seconds, and you don't have to worry. Then what you can do is you can focus on some other tasks, and you can give your productive time on other important tasks. Likewise, so and there is a frustration. while working in somewhere, or while trying to identify what kind of application might be good while you are ordering. So you can be frustrated. Likewise, it is difficult to make sure the timing is right. If I arrive too early, I have to wait. If I arrive too late, my hot items get cold. For example, let's say if while you are ordering a coffee, then sometimes what happens if the delivery process is late, then what you have to do, you have to wait for the coffee, and it might get cold if you order a hot coffee. Obviously, if you order a cold coffee, and it doesn't matter, but still, if you order a hot coffee and then you have to wait, then it will go cold. I mean, the frustration is she is not getting her product on exact time. Likewise, let's take an example of that Tamil's idea that putting a reminder for the day for loved ones. For example, most of the times we forget our special day for our loved ones. So if some app is there that can remind before 30 minutes, before 1 hour, anytime, let's take an example of before 1 hour, then it will be great because we can immediately wish, or we can immediately purchase a kind of cake, or we can purchase a flower, a bouquet, or anything we can purchase, and we can surprise our loved ones, so they will be happy and we will be happy. But if we are not able to get our solution, and we are not remembering, and there is no any kind of app, or maybe if there is a app, then sometimes it gets silent, or sometimes it remind before 3 4 hours, or before 2 days ago, then it can be a little bit frustration. So this kind of problem, or this kind of frustration, user can what do you call it, face. Depending on your product, what you have to do is we have to find out the goals and frustration. Mostly goals should be positive, and obviously frustration should be like a kind of critical and in a negative way. Obviously it should not be like exactly a negative, but it should be like a kind of critical. They are irritating something, so they wanted to complete one task, but still they are confused, and they are not able to complete their task because of lack of some kind of any digital product. So, and about the biography or some kind of small description, there is a kind of about me section. So, about the user, Anika is about to complete a BA. So, it's telling a story of the user persona, a BA in a business administration, and hopes and internships will launch their career in a market. Even though Anika must enjoy the time spent working with their mentor on a market campaign, they also feel that the task of getting coffee for the office is an opportunity to network and demonstrate to being a team player with keen attention to detail. So here the Anika wanted to find out one mobile application, and she wanted to order a coffee for their team members. So if we are showing a kind of good gesture, then obviously team will what do you call have a good bond with the team. So she wanted to find out a mobile application where she can order, but she is facing a kind of trouble. That is why one UX UI designer is trying to solve her problem. Likewise, we have to create a user persona, and at least we have to make a three different user persona for our one single idea. Okay, so you have to remember at least three user persona, and the template should be exactly same. It is like quote, goals, frustration, and the demographic details, and person, and the picture. So this is the framework that you have to follow while you are creating a user persona. Have you got the idea, or is there any confusion regarding the user persona? You can ask one by one. So let's start with the Kingsley, and then we will move forward.
Um, Come again. What is the question? Like any
Uh,
idea? Is it to improve on this or to add or I don't know?
so yeah, simply. Let's take your example first. You have come up with a real estate idea. So you can list your land in a digital platform, and you can sell it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for that, who will be the user? First, we have to define. So user must be the landowner, right?
Uh, the user, I think,
Hmm.
should focus more on the buyers because they are the one who gets ripped if the land has been sold to anyone else.
No, see, in the real estate, what actually landowner should listed the land, and some other customer
Okay,
will
okay.
see. Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes. The
Ex-
lister should be the landowner. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly. So what we have to think is one user persona is landowner.
Yes.
Likewise, while creating the user persona, we have to think. So, what might be the goals of that particular landowner, and what are the frustration that landowners is facing, and what are the details of that landowner? We have to include this kind of details in our user persona. For example, for your app, you have to create a three different user persona. Okay, so while
Okay.
creating a user persona, you have to follow these format. So on that
Okay.
format, if you have any confusion how to like write a goals, how to write a frustration, how to write a demographic detail, is there anything that you want to ask, or did you understand, or did you get what am I trying to say? That is the question.
Okay. Okay. No, no. This is perfectly clear. I think I understand what the explanation
Okay,
here. So I can create one. Yeah.
okay, so yeah, great. And let's go with the faith.
If I may add again, you
Yeah,
said for
yes, yes,
the
yes, yes, please,
you
please.
said for the real estate, I'll have to create the three user personal profile. Okay, one will have to be for the owner,
Mm-hmm.
one for the buyer,
Mm-hmm.
the third one is for what? Is for who?
General user, cause someone normal, maybe sometimes agent can be joined, and they can like play the middle role, and they can connect with the
Okay, 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 okay. I
got it.
understand.
Yeah,
Like a middleman who
yeah, exactly,
knows
middleman.
about the app who can. Okay.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Yeah, these are the things. Likewise, you have to create a three different user persona, and while creating a user persona, you can go with the male, female. Okay, at least try to
Okay.
be vice versa. Don't go with male, male, male. Don't go with female, female. There should be a like a different, and try to find out the specific age. What are the basic ages? Like below the 18, the real estate might not able to work. Okay, after the
Okay.
there should be a kind of above the 18. So likewise you have to think while creating the user persona. So yeah, I was
Okay.
asking the question with the faith. So yeah, regarding the user persona, do you have any confusion how to create a user persona, or yeah, you can share your idea, faith.
No, I do not have any challenges around this
Hmm.
because I think I work with this on a daily.
Okay,
So
great.
yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
think the term user persona
Mm-hmm.
is just something that is not really real. We just imagine people,
Mm-hmm.
their frustration, their pains, their needs and behavior and everything. And these people we put out here
Mm-hmm.
are based on the data we must have gotten around the surveys or interviews we've done. So we're just trying to picture the kind of people we're working with because we're dealing with users. So we need to have a picture of who we are solving a problem for. So we can just say, I'm solving a problem for so and so person. Anikon is a person I want to solve his or her problem for. So it puts a face to our problem. Sorry, it puts a picture to the person we are solving the problem for. So that way we're not solving for some abstract person, but real users.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely right. So now let's go with the Arfat. Arfat, are you
Yes, sir.
there? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here.
Did you understood what is the user persona, and what are the things that you have to follow depending on your idea? So do you got the
Yeah,
idea? Mm-hmm.
yeah, sir. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. So do you want to add anything?
No, it's actually good.
Okay, great. So let's go
While
with the family. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
no,
please go ahead.
like while starting, if there is some kind of plus or minus, pros and cons,
Mm-hmm.
we will like figure it out and add some if possible if we need it.
Okay, so let me remind you again. It's just imagine, just like what do you call a fictional user persona, but based on your business model, based on your product model. That should be there. It should be relate. It should not be like imagination mean. It should not be a completely a fictional or not related with your product. It should be
Yeah,
related with your product, but it's a
yeah.
imagine, just you are thinking of the user, what kind of user might be used that particular product. Okay, these are
Yeah,
things
based
that
on
you have.
his preference. Yeah.
Yeah, true. So, well, let's go with Hamil. So, yeah, do you have any confusion or you want to add anything? You can add.
No, sir. I'm good with this. I
Okay, great.
understood.
Mhm. Okay, then let's move forward. Okay, so now we have to once we define our user persona, then we have to find out the empathy map. So what they say, what they think, what they does, and what they feels, it is actually based on the interview session. After the interview, that we have to create a empathy map. Okay, so here on document samples, I placed interviews kind of sample that you can see. Later I will share, but it's simple, just trying to understand their feelings. We are trying to understand a little bit. We are getting closer with the real what do you call users. So at this stage, we have to like find out the some kind of user, and we have to ask with them. So it can be a virtually. Okay, you can send a kind of few questions with the user, and you can ask the question, and you can record their text pics or maybe voice or video, anything. But at this time, what you have to do is you have to be a little bit real. Okay, you can just pretend or you can write. So at this time, what you have to do is you have to be real in scenario, and try to collect the information based on their interviews. And while trying to do an interview, you have to prepare the interviews question based on your product idea. So, and you can get the document sample. So how you can prepare your interview. So this is a kind of simple user empathy map, says, thinks, feels, and what do you call it, does. So there is a one next slide. I added some kind of information here. You can get the idea. So what's for example, it's also a same for the yes, it's a different app. There is a person who want to hire a dog walker. Based on her ideas, there is like yeah, empathy map. So I'm not sure how I would know how to like who's safe to allow in my home or who's good with the dog. For example, she want hire a dog walker, but she doesn't have any idea. So she has a kind of confusion. And generally, while thinking about the empathy map, whatever the users are saying, that is the problem, and we are trying to find out the solution for that kind of what do you call problem. So says is mostly problems, related with the problems. So things. So what she thinks means, she is giving a kind of possible solution. So wants to book a recruiting dog walker. So she is giving a kind of possible solution. So things is related with the kind of possible solution. And does works a full-time job as a teacher. Does means the user persona's profiles, what he or she does in a regular day, and why she or he needs the dog walker. The kind of personal overview and feels. What happens if she books? So she guilty when she cannot take care dog for walk. So she is facing a kind of problems. Because of that, she wanted to hire a dog walker. Likewise, what you have to do is you have to create a user empathy. So first, create a user map. Based on your user map, try to come up with a few questions, interview questions. Plan your interviews. And for example, while creating a user persona, you might think of one person maybe that is 22 year or maybe 30 years old, and who is studying or working on a particular office or organization, or maybe unemployed. So there might be a kind of idea based on your user persona, and try to come up with a few interviews question. So to get these ideas. For example, let's take an example again with the Tamil's app that was a reminder app. So on that reminder, we might think let's a bank manager, 30-year-old bank manager, he doesn't or he she doesn't have a time to like, or he mostly forget because of his busy schedule. So what he can say is, I don't know, is there any app, or I don't know, I'm not sure about that things, or I'm always forget the dates of my wife's birthday, my and our anniversary. But these are the things that he can relate. Likewise, we can write here, see, says and things, and what he might thinks, like if there is a kind of good mobile application that can remind me before 1 hour or before 30 hour, or he might say, if there might be a kind of application that can remind me on my preference, it would be good. So DOS means day-to-day life. He is a bank manager. He is working in particular banks, and he is busy on his tasks. So this kind of things that we can include on a DOS. And fields, obviously, because of my busy schedule, I am not able to remember my wife's birthday and anniversary. So I feel very bad that she might think like I am not giving her time, or I am not giving her my love. So that kind of feelings that particular person might have. So these are the things that you have to include on empathy map. So you have to think first your business model or product module, and then product model, and then you have to create user persona, and then you have to come up with empathy map. So I'm moving toward the next. Or is there any questions that you want to ask on this particular slide regarding the empathy map? Do you have any question? Obviously, you can add. Yeah, Faith, please go ahead.
Okay, so let's be. I want to be sure of something.
Mhm,
Says is actually what the person says from his mouth. Does is the what the person does for a living.
mhm.
Then feel could be, you know, am I right to say how the person behaves? No, not behave. The way the person acts.
Mhm,
Should I should I say that? Then think should be uh, inferring from the person's comments. I don't
mhm.
know if I'm right by saying think.
No, no, you are going good. Obviously, you are on a track. Obviously, there might not be a like there won't be a kind of wrong answer in this UX UI designer. Obviously, everything is like comes under the possible solution. And at the end of the day, what we try to do is we come up with a kind of discussion session, and then we come up with a particular idea. So you're absolutely right.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. So Thamil, if you want to add anything, obviously you can.
No, sir.
Okay, and Arfat, Kingsley.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have any confusion regarding the empathy map? How you can write empathy map?
Yeah, I got it, sir. Empathy map about.
Okay, great. So just remember the procedure, okay? So it's quite simple. It's not a like tough. Just remember while
Like
trying
just
to
we
add.
have to keep this in mind while doing whatever, like creating an application
No,
to
we
the.
have to write in our like notebook. We have to physically write those things.
Yeah, physically we are creating it like
Yeah.
while
Mm-hmm.
in the sense
Yeah.
applicable, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
step by step procedure.
Yeah. True. And
Yeah,
obviously, while designing app, you have to keep those things on mind, and based on these things, obviously you have to design, because you are trying to identify the problem, and you are trying to identify the solution based on these kind of user. You are focusing, or your main targeted audience or targeted user are this kind
yeah,
of person. So yeah, obviously you have to keep in mind.
yeah, sir.
Okay, so Kingsley, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, no, not really. I think I'm good with this. The
Oh,
empathy map.
okay,
Yeah,
then
the
let's
say,
move.
think,
Hmm.
do, and but I missed out on the product model. I don't know if that can be touched again. And the yesterday video, I don't know the YouTube channel. I didn't get it because I think all these things are related because even from this empathy map, I think it has something to do with the product model. Though I understand this,
Yeah,
I
exactly,
understand
true,
the
exactly, exactly. Based on your product models, we will identify the user persona, and based on the user persona, we will create a empathy map.
so I will really need a little touch on the product.
Yeah. As I mentioned, if you have any confusion, obviously you can go back with our YouTube channel and then you can rewatch our full video. Okay. So if you have any question, obviously you can watch it. And if still if you are confused, then obviously you can mail me. I will personally reply. Okay. Is there anything that?
Okay, okay,
Uh,
okay.
well, let's move to the next. Okay, now there is a common pain points. So it will be a little bit related with the what you call problem statement, but not exactly. Common pain point is quite related with there are four different types. Here you can see I have mentioned financial pain points and product pain points and process pain points and support pain points. These are the process or what you called while user are using any kind of application, they can face financial pain point means unable to pay the fees or maybe transaction error. This is related with the financial mostly, and product pain points is not able to find out a quality product or whatever they are looking for the product, they are not able to get the product exact product what they are looking for. And process pain point is trying to go from point 1 or point A to point B. There might be a difficulty. Sometimes what happens is whenever we try to click on a city option, that might pop up with a different kind of other page or maybe different kind of ad or anything can be open, and finally we what do you call face a problem and we frustrated and we close the app. This kind of problem can be fine. It's just a process means trying to go one page to another page. So this is a simple process. And the support pain points is we let's say we get the problem if we talk about the in an example. So for example we can say let's we transfer few amounts or specific amounts to other bank. Let's use an bank app, and if we try to transfer from a bank to B bank, and in between if we faced any kind of error, let's say we are not able to like let's say receiver not able to receive the amount we send, and the transaction shows that balance was deducted from our bank point A bank, but the point B or receiver's bank accounts has not available received the amount. Then at the time if we try to call the our support team, and if they are not able to answer or if they are not able to solve the problem, then it comes under the support pain points. So these are the four common pain points generally users will face on while using our what we call web based application or a mobile application. These are the things that we have to keep in mind, and based on these four common pain point we have to come up with the possible solution. Okay, so it's a very basic things, it's not that much tough. So simply, so I'm moving forward. Now let's create a user story. Okay, so for creating a user story there is a basic what do you call framework. Okay, so it's a basic framework. What we can do is we can create a user story for our one product. So simply here, as a or an remote student who spends 3 to 4 hours a day studying and processing product, of the in the middle of that we can say what kind of types of user. In the very first we created one user persona. Likewise here, that we can create types of user, what type of user it is, and I want to look that user what he or she want to solve or what he want to do, and be able to order without getting up and potentially losing my table. I mean, if the here in this example we are focusing on like he or she is booking product from any kind of what do you call it, like Amazon or anything, he or she doesn't want to move from the tables, or he doesn't want to go anywhere. He just want to sit on a chair and want to order, and the she want or he want that product on house. So simply it is a coffee related with the coffee. So as an type of user, the user want to say what he want. What he want is action. What he want to do, he want to order. So that what will be the benefit? So I can enjoy coffee house product and continue to work. So this is the simple kind of template that you have to follow while creating a user story. So why we need a user story? If we able to create a fine user story, then we can solve or we can identify the solution in a very easy way, and we can present a better product, and we can come up with a better solution, and we can come up with a better information architecture. Because of that, we have to create a user story. So first, user persona. Second, empathy map. Third, user story. These are the things that you have to come up with on orders, and based on those things you have to prepare, and this is the template to create a user story. Based on your product, you have to create a user story. So what will be the user story? A person, as in type of user, what kind of user. So you have to mention the types of user, and then I want what he or she want to do. What is the action that he or she is trying to solve, or trying to do. So mention the action, and then so that and what will be the benefit after doing that action. So see, in this example, so the Ali can get the coffee house product, and he can continue his work. Likewise, we have to create a one user story. So I'm moving forward, okay. And user journey. So user journey is generally trying to go point one to point B. While doing that, so there might be a multiple kind of steps. So here, in a basic example, I would like to mention, and it is a complete template that you have to follow. Okay. So first line is action. So what you are trying to achieve, what will be the action? For example, in before example we have mentioned types sorry action. What we are trying to do, be able to order without getting up and potentially losing my table. So this is the action. Likewise, so in our user persona, what we have to try to find out is what are the actions that we are going to do. So in a simple, find a subway route that will take him to the Empire State Building. So there is a one task or a kind of action that he or she is trying to do, or a kind of goal that is trying to achieve. So and to achieve this kind of goal, there are multiple actions that he or she might have to do. What are the actions that he or she has to determine the subway line and route, find the nearest station with the wheelchair accessibility, buy a ticket, find the right platform, board the subway, find the next one. Means what we are trying to do is first we are defining a kind of simple goal or where we want to go, point A to point B, and then try to come up with the small chunks, try to come up with the small tasks one by one. So first task, what we have to do, for example, if we want to move from point A to point B, then there might be a right turn, there might be a left turn, there might be a roundabout. So there might be a multiple steps, so we have to move one by one. Likewise, prepare a few kind of actions to reach at the final stage. So likewise, we have to mention in task list. On the task list, we have to list, for example, determine the subway. So lined out, what are the tasks we can find and read subway map, or identify fastest route, or use map app. So what are the possible tasks that we have to do to complete our action? In a simple way, if we want to perform any kind of action, then there might be a multiple way. Likewise, let's take an example of to write. If you want to write, we can write using our hand, but while using a hand, we have a two different hand. Someone can write on a right hand, and someone can write on by the left hand. Likewise, there is a multiple action. So multiple task lists. So In a simple example, writing on a copy is action, and the task is using left hand or using right hand. So likewise, what we have to think is try to find out the point 1 to point 2 or point A to point B. Based on that, try to divide a multiple action, and for multiple action, try to identify the tasks. What are the tasks you can do to achieve that particular action? And feeling and its adjective means so while performing those kind of tasks, are you able to like confused or you are happy? Just mention the things. So how user finds, or if it is easy to find out, or if it is solve the task, or if it is easy to follow the process, then obviously you can say I'm happy, and if not, then you can say confused or irritated or anything. So these are the feelings that you have to mention. And next is improvement opportunity. What are the improvement, what are the problem that you face? Obviously, if there is a, you can determine with the feeling as if there is a negative answer, then obviously there might be a improvement, or there might be the possible opportunity that you can write here. If not, then obviously there might be a very less. Yeah, Faith, please go ahead.
Sorry, I'm stopping your flow of thought.
No, no, it's okay. No, no, it's okay. Yeah, you have to add. Obviously, it should be a discussion class.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
So now with this user journey, do I have to do? Is this just sort of should I say guesswork, or yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's my
simply a
question.
kind of imaginary work that you don't have to go, or you don't have to act with the person, but you what you have to try to do is, for example, let's take an example of again. I'm taking the example of Thamil. So she's trying to build a kind of reminder app. So for that app, so what is the goal that particular person is trying to achieve? So we have to think his perspective, try to think his own idea, what he want to do with that particular app. Based on his goal, try to come up with the few fictional actions so that you can implement in real design. For example, let's say while searching on Amazon, they have arranged a product like main category, subcategory, subheading, like that. They mentioned the what you called different kind of categories, and we can search and we can identify with the categories. So for Amazon, in a simple way, the goal is to give a product, or make a search very easy and very accessible to everyone with using categories. Likewise, so and they come up with the multiple tasks. How can we make it a very easy or fast search or elastic search? They come up with multiple ideas, like let's put the categories. So we can find out the in categories there are multiple categories, all category, home essential, and the electronic end products. So they mention these kind of categories to make it easy and make it fast, so we can go and we can find the product very easily and fast. So in a simple way, you have to think of a possible goals that might be the user can think, and that might be the user can try to achieve. And depends on that your goal. Obviously, it should be like kind of imaginary, but try to be as much as possible with the realistic scenario. Don't be like more fictional or more imaginative. These are the things that you have to. It's basically a imaginary task, but at least you have to perform the user journey. You have to create a user journey for your. Oh, Hello, am I audible?
Sir.
Okay, I think sorry for the disturbance. I think I have to find the possible solution, alternative solution for this. It's like keeping in disconnected each and every time, and it's because of that we are facing trouble. Okay, yeah. Okay, so regarding the user journey, this is the basic things that you have to perform, and it's kind of fictional or imaginary, but at least you have to try to find out a possible outcome and try to be a realistic, depends on your product. Okay.
A copy.
Hmm. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I'm talking about the accessibility. There is nothing, and I would like to add one simple story regarding the accessibility. Okay, so I hope you, firstly, am I audible, right?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, correct. So yeah,
You're
regarding the accessibility, there are four things like touch, see, hear, and speak. So nowadays, what we have to do is we have while we are designing our application, we have to think on the perspective of accessibility. So it should be for like we have to think for the all the peoples. So there might be a three different possible obstacle or accessibility why we have to think like permanent, temporary, or situational. That can be for the touch, that can be for the see, that can be for the hear, that can be for the speak. So simply in a touch, for, let's say there is a one arm person, that can be a permanent, and she has to able to see or he has to able to use the product whatever we are designing with one hand. So we have to keep in that kind of person also while designing our applications. So it's a kind of imaginary user personas that you have to keep in mind. So temporary means because of some kind of injury, the one person is also temporarily unable to use both hand and unable to use applications. So situational means because of like some kind of things, or sometimes we carry the bags, and we one hand might be a busy, and we have to use our mobile application or any kind of product with one hand also. So these are the things that we have to think while creating accessibility. And here I would like to put one simple story. So I hope you have seen a kind of curve is on a road. So have you ever noticed a kind of curve or slope on a road in while you are walking on a footpath? That is actually designed for the wheelchair. But while designing or creating solution for the differently abled person, so like some other person also can get the benefit from that. We can use our trolley very easily, and we can use our small kind of electric scooter, and we can move very easily. And we can what do you call bring our suitcase, and we can use very easily. We don't have lift up, and we don't have to like lift and walk on footpath. So these are the possible solution can create by while thinking about the differently abled or different on a situation while thinking about the accessibility. So from the perspective of accessibility, there are three different possible options: permanent, temporary, and situational. So, based on that situation, we have to create for the touch, see, hear, or speak. And for example, if you talk about the see, that means sometimes what we have to do is we have to make it font a little bit larger, bolder, and we have to think about the color variation also. There might be some person or what do you call, there is a one word color blind. So for them we have to think about the color blindness. What are the color they can see, and what are the color they cannot see, and what might be the reaction. We have to think about from their perspective, and based on their perspective, what we have to do is we have to design the application. Some can hear, some cannot hear, listen the kind of what a website. Oh, so based on their column, sometimes what we can do is we can, if someone is not able to see the things, then we can use a kind of reading application so that they can uh, hear the visual or text on websites. So these are the things that we have to think. Accessibility. It's just a simple, just these are the things that you have to mention. And next point is column statement. So based on our product, there is five W's question that we have to answer. Who, what, when, and where, and why, and how. These are the things that we have to answer while creating the column statement for our product. Okay, this is just a simple framework. So yeah, and this is a kind of framework that you have to use while creating your column statement. Okay, so first is username, who a particular person is in trying to, and was characteristics. Okay, and then try to like who needs or user needs, so how, and sorry, what, and because he is not technically savvy. So these are the what you call framework that you have to follow. Arnold is an busy executive who needs an easy app experience to hire a dog walker because he is not technological savvy. So this is a kind of column statement, and because of this kind of column, we are trying to identify, or we are building a one app for the dog walker. So likewise, what we have to do is we have to identify a column, and while creating a column statement, we have to solve these questions. Who, like who want to use it, and what he or she trying to solve, and when a particular time, when he or she needs it, and where that particular product is going to use, and where it is going to applicable, and why it is need, why we need, what is the problem, why we need. We have to answer the why questions, and how we are going to use it. And in our problem statement, Arnold, like a particular person who, and busy executive. So here what is there, uh, what is trying to do, we are trying to, he is a particular person that is busy, so that is why he needs what, he needs a kind of easy app so that he can hire a dog walker. So the solution is there, and the person, the Arnold, is not a tech savvy, so that he needs a kind of very easy app. So this is the basic template that you have to follow while creating column statement in a simple way. Okay. Okay. I think yeah. Let's talk about competitive analysis. Okay. So let's summarize a few things, and then we will move towards the competitive analysis. I think I will continue the competitive analysis on the next class because it is a little bit technical, and I think we need to discuss a little bit in a depth. That is why I will pause here. And first, we have to create a user persona. Based on our user persona, we have to create a user empathy. And based on our user empathy, what we have to do, we have to create a user story, and then a user journey map, and then we have to create a column statement. These are the things that we have to follow. Okay, and it comes under the UX designs section, or user experience. We are trying to ideate our user. We are trying to understand our users, and while designing a product, we have to try to understand the user. So at the previous class, I mentioned that user always should be in a center. So here we are putting user on a center, and on based on their interest, based on their column, based on their interest, we are coming up with one particular solution. Okay, these are the things that we have to follow. So let me introduce some kind of basic information about the competitive analysis, but in depth we will talk. So in generally in competitive analysis there are two different, okay, direct and indirect. Direct means some other competitors who are selling what you called similar product with similar kind of targeted users, and indifferent are that might be the different product but with what you called same audience. So these are the things that is a little bit similar, but it's completely different. And try to do some basic research on competitive analysis. There is one basic framework that we have to follow the to mention the competitive analysis, and based on these data, and now from the next class we will use Figma to start of wireframing on our idea. Okay. Up to now, is there any questions? Yeah, this is the last.
Just to be sure that I'm in tandem. Sorry, Mr. Cheaton.
No, 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 please go ahead.
Can I go on? So, first off, user personnel.
Hmm.
Second, empathy mapping. Third, user story.
Yeah,
Fourth, user journey. Problem statements. And audit, right?
yeah, right.
I don't know if I'm right. How about, what about, is it goal? Is it goal statements? I don't know why.
So, sorry.
Is anything like goal statement or user goal?
User goals like comes under the user journey. There might be you have I don't know whether you have noticed or not. There is a one goal the particular user is trying to achieve, and based on that user goal, we are dividing small tasks.
Okay.
Like this is the thing. Is there any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, generally we are finishing kind of boring things because before then there is like a theoretical section that we are discussing on a daily basis. Obviously, it's going to end very soon, and we will start sketching, and we will start designing. So you might find a kind of boring because it's more related with some kind of theoretical imaginative work and a textual format and more worst, but it is the behind the story, but you have to understand it very carefully. Based on these information, based on those data, only then we can come up with a great product, obviously, and we can find out the possible solution. Okay, so I think no one has a question, so I will give you a small assignment. Let's discuss for the assignment for first. So what you want to do? You want to work on your particular idea, or you want to all you want to work in a group? What will be the possible solution for you to work on? I think now this time what you have to do is you have to please unmute your all mic, and you have to say the things. What might be the possible solution? What do you think? In my point of view, I think if you work on your personal idea, that might be the easiest way, because sometimes you are not able to communicate with each other, and you can't be like come up with solution. My point of view is that, but if you want to like communicate and work on a one particular project, then obviously go for it. So what do you want to do?
Wow. I think this is can we sleep over this? Tomorrow we choose decide.
Sorry.
Can we decide by tomorrow?
uh okay, okay, no worries, no worries, but at least what we can do, if we decided right now, then you can do your assignment and then we can come up and we can discuss, and obviously there might be like some kind of revision we can do. That is why.
Okay.
Um,
Let's do one thing.
mm,
don't stick with the confusion. Let's do one thing. Let's do our own project. Okay, for example, Arfad has one particular his one ideas. So come up one particular idea, and based on your one idea, try to follow the template that we discuss. Okay, and likewise you follow your own idea, and we will discuss further. Okay, I think that might be the possible solution, because I think I'm not seeing that possibilities to communicate in between, and you can discuss with the product. But if you can, obviously it's great. But I'm not seeing any possible solution. That is why I'm saying that you can work on your own individual idea. What do you think? I think.
If I could say something,
Yeah, please, sure,
Yeah.
please, Kingsley.
I'm just looking for a connection. I think there might be a place where one of our idea can
Hmm.
actually relate to the other.
Hmm.
Take for instance, um, one of the ideas I brought about has to do with creating an app that will connect people. I mean, I think there are two other ideas that if we look at it critically, we can see
Hmm.
that there is a way we can actually, make it work in one.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I don't know of the other app someone talked about. I mean, there can be we can do something. I mean, we can work on our individual apps and also try to do something as a team. If communication, I mean, this is 21st century, communication can be a barrier. That is, if we, I'm just giving my personal opinion. If it's about communication, I don't think that is the problem. I mean, we can make something work.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can.
obviously it is related with the
So
communication. If we all are
yeah,
agree, if you all are agree to communicate on a specific time, then there won't be a problem to
yes,
work on a particular
yes,
idea. So obviously
yes, yes.
you can say, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, you
So
have to
if it's
add
about
Thamil,
communication,
Faith, or Fad. Please add. So Kingsley come up with a
yeah,
great idea.
so let's see if there is something we can actually put that together and make it work. I mean, teamwork, it's actually cool. I mean, we
Yeah,
can
obviously,
also
at
learn
least
from each
you,
other from
if
that.
you able to invest your more than 2 3 hours, then obviously you can come up with a great idea and come up with a great result. Obviously, that is why now I think it's a good idea. It depends upon you. So how you wanna go? Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Tamil,
it depends.
Faith.
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think the design space is about collaboration.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like
true.
we could come together and think of, maybe a global challenge
Hmm.
that, that would scale, that would work in any part of the world. Yes, so we can come up with something that would scale globally. It's not a bad idea. We can sell it off, pitch it out, for investors to look at it. So I think I'll buy the idea if we work together as a team.
Let's
Maybe
do
in
one
our
thing.
own.
Let's conclude one thing. Let's do one thing. For this time being, for on up to second class, let's do our own individual project and try to come up with one. Those are the framework that we discussed. Come up with those things. Try to solve those assignment. After that, and we will get a time and we will discuss on those things, and we can. Come up with the final conclusion as Faith asks, like we can discuss on the next day or we can decide. So likewise
I
for
I
tomorrow,
agree. I agree. Let's
for tomorrow,
all come up
let's
with.
come up with individuals idea and try to follow those steps, and tomorrow come up with one mindset also, whether we will be able to work in a collaboration or not. I think this might be the good idea for all.
That's cool with me. That's cool.
Okay, Arfat, what do you think?
Sir, hello. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, then you have to come up with your own individual idea and
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
user research and anything. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah, sure.
and
Okay.
Tamil, I hope you are listening our conversation, right?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes.
Okay, so okay, you will also come up with your own documentation, and then come up with one kind of mindset whether we will be able to communicate. We will schedule a specific time, and we will be communicate and work on a collaboration format or not. Okay, come up with one
Yeah.
specific mindset. So well,
Okay,
and
sir.
let's end for today. Regarding the competitive analysis, we will discuss further more. Okay, it's not enough. Okay, there is much more things that we have to follow. Obviously, it's a basic framework that we have to follow while doing competitive analysis. And competitive analysis is a little bit crucial things while making or while creating our wireframe and thinking about the functionalities and the design aesthetics. So I pause there. And before that, yeah, obviously all are important and all are has one different place. Obviously, we have to follow the patterns and frameworks. Based on that frameworks, based on that data, we will come up with a specific result, and we will try to find out the one particular product. Okay. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I really enjoying. I hope you're enjoying too. And if you have any question, obviously you can leave mail, and we can personally I can reply there. And till then, I think let's end our class. Okay, I think. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry, one more thing quickly. About the assignment on user personnel.
Mhm.
Are we just creating only the user personnel, or we also have to like create other data like
Other also user persona, user story, and empathy map, all those things. Just try to come up with a fictional. Okay, this time you don't have to go to the market, and you don't have to ask with the real users for the empathy map,
mm,
but try to come up with a kind of imaginative kind of result. Okay, but try to be realistic, as realistic with your product idea. Try to as
okay,
much as close with your product idea.
okay,
Okay.
okay, all right,
So
yeah,
it's just you're trying or you're building a kind of concept. Here you are not going to completely understand the things how it really works, or just you are building a kind of concept regarding the user persona and the user journey and the user stories. We are trying to here come up with a kind of concept so that we can use those kind of things on real product.
okay,
So come up with the fictional or imaginative data.
okay,
Okay, yeah.
all
Let's
right.
end, and thank you for your time. I think yeah. Faith, do you have any question, or you want to put yourself, put your word, anything? You want to say anything? Obviously you have. Otherwise, let's end.
Okay, cool. I guess I talk a lot. It's all right.
No, no, no. See, we have to be a like discussion forum. See, designing UX UI design is completely a discussion forum. The
True.
as much as we discuss, we come up with the best possible solution. Okay, in the
True.
ideation of like stage, this is the ideation stage that we are discussing. On this stage, we have to discuss, and we have to come up with the kind of some kind of nonsense to sense ideas. Everything, whatever things come in our mind and in our head, we have to put in our table, and we have to discuss, and then we can come up with the best possible solution. So don't think like that. We have to add the things that we wanted. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Uh,
Okay, let's end. I think let's end. Okay, start.
yeah, good, good. Thank you so much,
Uh,
Chitan.
okay,
Good
thank you.
one,
You
good
too.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Bye
Bye,
for
bye, sir.
now.
Bye,
Okay.
bye.
Bye
Yeah,
bye. Bye
yeah.
bye. Bye
Bye,
bye.
Bye,
Bye.
bye,
everybody.
bye,
Okay. Bye.
everybody.
Tamil, Arafat, Kingsley,
Yeah,
Okay.
bro.
Alva. All right, bro.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye 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 bye. Tamil. Okay. Have a good night. Okay. Bye bye. See you in the next class.
Sure.
Yeah.